Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we are cutting right through the wellness buzz to unpack a pretty fascinating product that's been making the rounds lately, the Tesla MedBed. We're going to impartially break down the proprietary tech, the marketing promises, and of course, the actual fine print directly from their product page to see exactly what is being sold here. Structuring this info visually is really going to help us cut through the noise and truly understand what we're looking at.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right at the very top of the webpage, visitors are greeted with this incredibly bold statement: experience the future of health and healing with cutting-edge technology designed to enhance your well-being. Now, the site sets a massively high bar right out of the gate, framing this not just as, your standard wellness product, but as a literal gateway to optimal health and rejuvenation. They're clearly targeting folks who are actively looking to revolutionize their personal health journey. But how exactly do they claim to deliver on this future of health? Let's look under the hood.
Section 1. Unpacking the core technology.
So the product page outlines an array of 5 distinct technologies that supposedly drive the Tesla MedBed. First up, we have PMF, which stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field, alongside photonic therapy, infrared warmth, negative ions, and finally, energy-emitting gemstone technology. Now, the website explicitly states that these features don't just act in isolation, right? They're designed to work synergistically. The claim here is that by combining these specific elements, the bed can deliver what they actually call comprehensive rejuvenation. It's essentially a multi-pronged approach to wellness, stacking all these different modalities on top of each other.
And this brilliantly illustrates how incredibly specific the marketing gets about heat therapy. They actually contrast gentle infrared heat, which they state temporarily increases local blood circulation wherever it's applied, with far infrared heat, which is claimed to provide temporary relief of minor muscle pain and stiffness. But what you really should take away from this is the careful use of language. Notice the word temporary. The site maps these different types of infrared applications to very specific, localized bodily benefits, focusing heavily on soothing relief and circulation rather than, say, permanent medical cures.
Moving right along to Section 2, Claims of Biological Optimization.
The marketing takes a really interesting dive into cellular biology here, specifically calling out cellular ATP production. ATP is basically the energy currency of our cells, and the product page claims that by synergistically combining the PMF and photonic therapy we saw a minute ago, the system is designed to actually boost this cellular ATP. But why does that even matter? Well, according to the text, this provides your cells with the essential energy required to promote relaxation and comfort, specifically after physical activity. They are really heavily framing this biological optimization around supporting a deeply soothing post-workout recovery experience. Let's move to and see how this builds directly into their next major lifestyle claim, which is sleep. The website outlines a very specific step-by-step pathway to achieving deeper rest. Step 1, the infusion of negative ions, works alongside that soothing warmth to calm the mind. Step 2, this resulting profound relaxation paves the way for what they call restful comfort. And finally, Step 3, this whole cascade of effects ensures you awaken feeling truly renewed. The narrative they're building here is that these physical technologies trigger a sequence of relaxation that inevitably leads to a much higher quality of restorative sleep. Ultimately, the whole thing culminates in this singular, highly appealing promise presented on the site: natural harmony for body and mind. Experience deeper sleep, reduced stress, and enhanced recovery. This is the core lifestyle vision of the Tesla MedBed according to its marketing. It's an expansive picture of total wellness, addressing both the physical recovery we talked about with the ATP and the mental recovery highlighted by their sleep claims. It is a powerfully attractive pitch for sure. But as with any explainer, we've got to look at the entire picture. So let's pivot now to the actual realities of purchasing this product.
Section 3, The Legal Fine Print.
So the absolutely crucial point is this stark FTA disclaimer. Right at the very bottom of the page, the site states crystal clearly, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. This is incredibly important when we juxtapose it against the earlier sweeping claims of healing and revolutionizing wellness. The legal reality, as stated by the sellers themselves, is that this is simply not a medical device. It cannot be legally sold as a cure or a treatment for any disease whatsoever. And that firmly places all of the ATP and infrared benefits we just discussed strictly into the category of general wellness and temporary comfort rather than a medical intervention. Finally, let's take a look at the actual checkout reality. When you decide to start this wellness journey, who are you actually doing business with? Well, the source text reveals that the secure order is handled by a reseller platform called Digistore24.
Furthermore, it notes that Digistore24 is acting as the reseller for an individual named Zvivko Giordano. The copyright at the bottom for the transaction points to Digistore24 Inc. in the United States. So the actual transaction isn't with a massive medical conglomerate, but rather it's facilitated through a digital affiliate and reseller network on behalf of a specific individual.
Which leaves us with this final overarching question. Are these technologies the future of your wellness journey? We've systematically broken down the product page, all the way from the bold claims of PMF and gemstone technology boosting your cellular energy, straight down to the stark reality of the FDA disclaimer and the reseller checkout process. You now have the structured facts directly from the source material to balance that promised wellness revolution against the strict legal fine print. It's always fascinating to look past the marketing and understand exactly what is being offered, isn't it? Keep analyzing, keep learning, and thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.